Hello everyone. How's it going? Getting a few things set up here. Ooh. It's a little wonky, and I don't understand why. So just bear with me. It's kind of a weird way to start a stream, but hey, if you're patient with me, I'm patient with you, and we can do this together. Here we go. Put that there for me. It's really the restream system that seems to change my settings consistently, and I'm trying to find a solution to this so I can just start streaming without hassle or whatever. But all right, so if I head over to this, should send the signal to Twitch and Kick. How's everyone doing? It's a good old Thursday. There we go. Those are running. It's great. I feel like today's been a productive day. It's not as productive as the last stream, Tuesday, where I filmed a bunch of videos before the stream. But I feel productive in the sense of learning and digesting information and perspectives. So I feel good about that. Oops. DNV Arctic terrain. I sometimes forget to put the first C in Arctic. You woke up an hour ago? Well, good morning to you, buddy. There's a lot of, like, having to constantly put stuff into the system over and over. And it's really, like, a lot of, it's not gatekeeping, but it's barriers of entry. Just get this thing up and going every time. Need to fix my sleep. All right, I'm about to go live on Instagram. And I'm live on Instagram. Hey, come on over to youtube.com/fablesd20. And you can hang out in the chat that you see on screen. Thanks so much for following me on Instagram. Hey, come on over. Great. That's happening in the background. Instagram. You're out. Hi, Chris. I see you on Instagram. Full zero. How am I today? I'm doing well, man. I feel like I'm learning a lot today. I feel like I'm in the zone. And I'm ready to get work done on stream. Just a reminder, everyone, I am live on youtube.com/fablesd20. Come on over to YouTube if you want to join the chat on screen. Otherwise, I am also live on Instagram, Twitch, and Kick. Enjoy. I will be able to see everyone's chat, though. Don't worry. Will I interact with you? Depends on how nice you are. The great Avery? How's it going? Master Roshi Theral Doomslayer. What a name. Wow, people dropping the love word already. I like you, Cmike, but I don't think I'm ready. Darth Crater. Lizzo the Hut. Lizo or Lizzo? Strong eye or weak eye? You tell me. All right, so I'll put that there. I'm getting everything set up so I can jump into what the point of the stream is today. I don't need my keyboard. Okay, this light keeps falling. It's supposed to light me, not keep me in the dark. Now it's lighting me too much. There we go. I'm happy. Sorry, I gotta kill some demons. Okay, so I feel like I need a haircut again. I just got one. So we have that's running. This restream stuff just takes a minute for my brain to catch up on. Cool. I switch to this so I can see everyone's chat, which is what I want to see. If it loads, let's refresh. Don't crash. Did I crash? This is the test. Did I crash? No, I didn't crash. I see it. Okay, cool. I am I need a team. I need like another person.
Can we talk about how you almost said re-struggling because you're using
I'm re-struggling. Guys, I'm re-struggling while I re-stream.
Tell them something.
You want to say something?
Yeah. Oh God, I hate that you're on Instagram. This is ridiculous.
I'm everywhere.
This is ridiculous.
What do you want to say? The world is your oyster.
Okay, this is for the YouTube people. So YouTube is basically now having like a podcast channel. So if you want to avoid ads.
No, you still get ads.
You still get ads. Okay, so if you want to be able to like listen to certain videos but go into other apps, channels can now create certain videos to be considered podcasts. So like all the videos of Refuge are listed as podcasts on Fables D20. So if you don't have premium, which allows you to watch a video and kind of close the app, it puts it like in a little box up in the corner of your phone, but you can do other things. You still get ads, but you can now listen to Refuge as a podcast and do other things on your phone.
Yeah, so
without having to pay for premium, which is expensive.
Right. So it's a specific setting to set the
picture-in-picture. That's the word.
A specific setting that we can now switch our playlists to.
Mm-hmm.
So the entire Fables of Refuge, Rise of the Talvoth playlist is now a podcast playlist on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You still watch it. If you still get ads, you normally would, you still do that. But
Rise of the Talvoth is the entire Refuge show.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're calling it now.
But you can listen to it in the background now.
Yeah.
So it's a great feature YouTube has.
Yeah. Oh, and you are welcome, Sean. I am here for what matters most. And now I'm going to go back to cooking because food is the other thing that matters most.
Yes.
Don't worry, we're not going to end the stream just because food's involved.
I also made this show the stream that is for, dungeon tiles. I made this stream a podcast stream.
So it didn't show up when I went to look at it.
It's probably just got to boot up.
Maybe, yeah.
So,
keep an eye.
If you want to watch this series as VODs, you can now have the stream play in the background versus having to be stuck on the app the whole time. And you can look forward to a lot more playlists on the channel to switch into that mode. So that way especially because I do long form content, you'll be able to listen and not be stuck in one app at a time. Dungeon Boy's going to Dungeon Boy stuff. So hungry. Food is important, especially tasty food. Hey, food tastes better when you're hungry. So as I said at the end of the last stream, and my brain had to catch up there for a second. the plan is for today is really to lay out the grids on the tiles, not do all the detail work as in like cracks and destruction. Really just get the grids down across the board, which may feel a little monotonous or boring at times, but hey, the point of the stream is to relax. And once all those are done, we'll do a mass destruction phase. So that way we can just do painting. In the background, though, we will be painting the tiles that are ready for painting. So that way each stream can get a little bit of what's to come. Cool. All right, that all being said, let's get into it, guys. All the spices are getting in my nosy. So we got some long hauls, short hauls, skinny hauls, and a butt ton of big tiles. Guess we'll just have to take a break from the non-stop thrill ride this stream usually is then. Hang on to your butts, Sean. All of them, not just one. Promise me you'll hang on to all of them, because this ride's gonna go crazy. And if you got any questions, want to talk, feel free to. I'm good. I'm good for it. I swear. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Bronx. I haven't seen you here for a while. Now that is work surface. That's the work surface. Yeah, it's a blob. It's come to the point that the grid that's supposed to be there is entirely useless. Was a grid under there? There was a grid under here. Here, let me show you the before. It's supposed to look more like that. It's gone through battle. Oh, this will work. Let's just do this. Done. Done. I don't care if it's a little diagonal or not. It's fine. Yeah. It's a character. Sweet. Zoom out, it's a bit tight. It's a balancing act of like how precise I want my tiles to be, and then how like loose and messed up I want them to be. Like I want them to find that balance of like, oh, it's precise enough that we can rely on it and it looks well made, but you can notice that handmade element. Like early on, we did tests on doing grids with the hot wire cutter. It's just like a little, and it looked good. If you put the time into it, you can make it look really good. But everyone agreed that it was just too machine-esque. There we go. First grid. So every inch I make mark, and because it's so small, I don't do a double mark. I just move the whole piece down 1 inch. On the double wide, though, I have to make multiple marks. Could just skip that line, yeah. Done. Next one. Yay, more building content. Love your stuff. Thanks, Red Metal. I forgot a step. I'll go back and do that. There we go. I need to use my little spatula side. Fatten up these lines. There we go. Cool. That looks better. There we go, because we have already one done, so that's a total of 4. That's the baseline work on how I get the grids on. It's a mix of using a ruler and this pick to draw the line, then a knife to carve it, and I take my pick, flip it to the other side, and use a spatula to really give it an indent. On my clear bases. Ooh, clear bases. Love that. Oh, just the acrylic circles? I know what you mean. They do the job. They really do. Kobe's on Instagram. Just stopping by to say hi on my birthday. Kobe, happy birthday. Gonna ask one question. What did you think the most fun class to play in D&D, and which is your least fun class to play? So far, my most fun class is Rogue, but that's also because I play a 1-foot-tall fairy as a rogue. In the Curse of Strahd game, I play a 1-armed human who also has lycanthrope. So that's pretty fun. Least fun, I would say the barbarian was the least fun, but that might also have been just the campaign itself. I didn't get a lot of opportunity to be a barbarian in social scenes, just combat. And so it's like, cool, I'm winning. That's it, which is fun. But it's, that multi-tier fun is a lot more fun. All right, so I'm going to put these to the side. We're actually going to do a base layer paint on this single piece right here while we wait. A cat bit into one of my tiles.
What?
Well, one of the cats bit into the tiles.
So you gotta keep them off the floor.
I mean, it's off the floor. They just crawled over here and got it.
You have to be careful.
It looks fine. It's going to be a cool aesthetic.
I'm more concerned about the cat's safety. Your aesthetic is fine.
All right. So what do we got? Crystal blue.
Free weathering.
Free weathering. All right, we're gonna do a first coat with crystal blue.
It is tasty food. I mean,
put an actual cat tooth in it.
Where would you get such a thing?
Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Not mixed up enough.
Like, what kind of avocados? They're all.
I still have not checked my brushes. Pardon me.
When I come into your office.
Okay. This brush was soaking way too long. What got you into D&D? And when did you start doing custom painting? What got me into D&D is if you're from the corridor past, if you know Spencer got me playing a little bit. And then I was also watching a bunch of like short fan-made animations of like moments from different games that were available online. Not Critical Role at the time. It was I think it was a game run by Wizards in a. I can't remember the name.
We technically started watching D&D first on Yogcast.
Yogcast. Oh, yes.
They did animation.
I totally forgot about them.
That was our actual first immersion into it. Because they did theirs really cool with animation. And then in silly costume.
And then from there, I started painting before the channel existed. Because I was once I found a group to play with, I started getting the habit to paint. Because I wanted to paint my little hero mini. Which then expanded and grew into painting other things. Like this. So I want the blue to get in all the cracks. All the deep crevices. It's like Power Ranger blue. Also, if you haven't seen yet, I released a video of my reaction to the D&D movie. Check it out if you haven't watched it. And then go leave a comment so YouTube knows that you want the channel to be seen by others. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do that. Live. Yep. Where's custom? There's custom. Returning subscribers. Change to this stream. There we go. There we go. So the main trailer of the channel is this live stream. So the moment you land on the YouTube channel, this stream should play for you. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Kick, come on over to youtube.com/fablesy20. The link's on the screen. Church. Finally. What? All right, that's a good first coat of blue. Gonna need like a second coat too. That's the base of what's underneath all the ice. Andre, what's up? All right, we're gonna do some hallways, guys. Two-inch by 3-inch. So change it. Screw it. I'll just leave it there. More convenient. Not much. Just made dinner for me and my girlfriend. So I thought I'd lurk a bit. Hey, lurk away, my friend. Lurk away. Lurking on YouTube, I approve. What about you? I'm doing fine. I'm literally doing this. Before the stream started, I watched, or still am technically, because I haven't finished, watching a video on, that's a good way of wording it without sounding overly political. Decolonization of tabletop games. The title, heavy-handed. The actual conversation, oh, so refreshing and such a good talk. I definitely want to make a video on sharing it and sharing some of the key things that can make games more interesting and more fun to play. You say colonizing table puppies? No, that should be the name of a show somewhere. Decolonization of tabletop games. You heard me. Decolonize. Thus it's such a heavy-handed idea. The best example in the video to kind of like demonstrate what it kind of is talking about. It's not the literal idea of decolonizing, in like colonization and racism is kind of like tied together. but it's about perspectives in the game. Such a great example is if your D&D game, when you go into combat, is always fight to the death, then you are, it's not realistic in the sense of how combats around the world actually are done. Fight to the death is a very much like slay them or commit genocide. It's kind of, it's not what it is, but it's where it stems from. Articulating it really poorly, but the concept is, if that is what that means and that's where that mindset stems from, what are other perspectives and other directions we can use to make combat more interesting for more people more often? Most people will run away. Yeah. And the reference in the conversation is very much like the morale system in OSR games. And the conversation being like, OSR games are actually a lot more forward thinking in this regard than 5e or newer games, because they put it in the mechanics to kind of force the hand to think that way. So in 5e, a simple thing is, if the leader is killed, if enough health hit points are lowered, or enough people are defeated or killed, roll a charisma saving throw for the baddies. See if they run away. Simple stuff like that. Our units can run away. Right. In Warhammer. But when initiative is called and the instinct is, oh, fight to the death, that is, slay them all, kill them all. It's a very genocide foundational perspective. And the conversation that they were having was, dude, it's such a big I have to like write down my thoughts, because it's the stuff that I do think about, and it's actually really rewarding to hear other people talk about that in how do you fix it and how do you improve it. And they're actually just a couple, the conversation is a couple of cultural consultants having this conversation, which is great, versus just Mo in the basement talking about it. There's a moral phase. That's wild. Well, in Warhammer being more war gaming, what are my lips and tongue doing right now? There is a moral phase. That makes more sense in war gaming, not role playing. Yeah, so that's like, if you go to one of my videos was how to escape combat, and one of my solutions is have an escape action that, this is really hard to do at an angle, gives players essentially the agency, the physical choice to go, rather than attack, I will escape. That was one solution I had. And that includes the DM. The DM can make that move too. And it's like, it automatically makes you take the dash, disengage, and dodge action, but you're not allowed for the rest of initiative to make an attack action. So it's very forceful of a choice. And the point is to have another option to run away, to end the combat. Sweet, I got the tiles done on this one, guys. And then there's you know, the more obvious choices of morale, which I feel like is important too, where you're like, uh, when the baddies get to this health, roll a charisma saving throw. When the leader gets killed or something like that, right? The morale check, classic. Problem with that just being the only thing is bean fuel. Hello. The only reason why that's not good enough is that's just another thing for the DM, and it's not putting it in the player's hands as well. Uh, Talking about it and just making sure people know you can do it, that's important. But you know, knowing, if thinking in video game terms, if you know what the controls are to escape, and therefore you know if I press X and triangle at the same time, I escape combat. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's conversations, it's stuff like that that is under the umbrella of the title decolonization for tabletop games. There's another thing that I really liked that they talked about is another tabletop game called The Fellowship, inspired by, you know, Lord of the Rings. In The Fellowship, every player is a representative of their cultural choice. It's not meant to sound that progressive of an idea. It's actually a really cool world building tool. So if you play an elf as a player, you represent elves in the world. And it's really the insider, not the outsider perspective. So rather than you playing an elf in my world and I have to build elves, you help define what elves are by how you play elves. And then we can also work together so we can find a mid ground so I can help the foundation that you are playing off of. Dude, this screen is so tiny. I don't want the tiny screen. I want the big screen. Give me my big screen. I just woke up. All right, let's go there. But if I press up, up, right, down, down, you win combat. What if running away is winning because you survived? I love the fact that if you are playing an elf, you decide how lore-wise elves work. Yeah, exactly. I think when I started DMing, I didn't like the idea of sharing that much power with players. But then the more and more I DM, I'm like, no, absolutely, share it. That, like, you tell me, how do goblins work? And then I will come back with story, plot, adventure stuff that is important for lore. And I will come back with mechanics that you can use. And then you tell me, how do the goblins work? Because you're playing a goblin. That's number 2 right there, guys. And then the only, like, red flags or something I would put up to a player is that kind of conflicts with an important plot thing that's happening that's been established at the table. And usually a player is good with that. That's the only time. The only time I find it an issue to share lower responsibilities like that is if everyone doesn't agree or understand the tone. That is very important. Um, if you listen to the session 0 for Amity Island, we have a conversation in session 0 talking about, hey, what kind of party are we? Are we murder hobos? Are we good guys? Are we bad guys? What are we playing? And that's really important to set the tone. And then the DM has to set the tone of what's the adventure that we're playing. And I think when you do that also, it justifies a lot of homebrew rules. Because it's like, okay, so we're going to play a horror game. I'm going to add these homebrew rules to make sure that this game feels more in line with that horror game. There's a game called Fabula, or Fabula. Yeah, Fabula. Fabula Ultima that explicitly has that convo in the character creation. Yeah, it's great. And that whole, we already talked about it in the Discord a bit, but it started from the conversation of how Wizards of the Coast is removing half elves and half orcs, half people. And going to species. And how the word species is no better than the word race. Because it comes with its own bag of issues when put into a game. And I found it really funny that in Wizards of the Coast is removing half elves, while in my game for Jaws, I remove elves and specifically have half elves. I was like, I guess my world will never be an official D&D world. There you go. That was really quick. Guys, I'm doing this real fast. One of the videos I was watching about the conversation around species versus race is yes, it sounds more objective and scientific, but it's been used historically in just as many racist issues as race, but just by also just changing the name or the word that you're using, it doesn't change the system that it's representing. So it's still the race issue. You're just calling it something else. And I found that a very fascinating perspective that I gotta like sit and digest and think about. All right, 140 stickers peeled off. Bases ready to use. Wow, Chance. I think they're going to back off on species and probably just go with ancestry. I hope they go with ancestry because one, it sounds like the entire industry is going with ancestry. So it's just a smart move. Second, ancestry is both objective and subjective, vague and specific at the same time. Personally, I like to replace race. I like using either creatures, people, or ancestry. It can be any of the three rather than one word. And then rather than using subcategories of races like subrace, I prefer lineage or origin. Either word. And then I have a homebrew for backgrounds. You can learn more in the session 0 for Curse of Amity Island. Is my backgrounds are a lot more free flowing. There's two aspects of the background that I use. One, upbringing. The upbringing is based off of the terrain your character grew up in. And it essentially gives your character a D6 favorite terrain. And that's for everybody. So if you grew up in the Arctic, you get an extra D6 on your survival rolls in the Arctic, right? And then the second aspect of my backgrounds is trade. What skills did your character focus on before going on as an adventurer? So were you an acolyte? Were you a smuggler? Were you a blacksmith? And then you get a D6 on checks and saving throws that are related to that trade. And then there's some like ability modifiers that I have in there as well. But it's mostly that. And then so I have Winterborn. I talked about this before. I have Winterborn, Farmborn, Cityborn. I have Mountainborn, all that, Desertborn, all that stuff. And then for Curse of Amity Island, the player suggested 2 variants, which I really like. So we have a variant of Farmborn, we have Fishborn, which is rather than an inland village, you're a coastal village. Fishing, farming, right? A variant of Cityborn is Courtborn, which isn't necessarily a survival bonus for being in the city. You get a bonus when trying to survive courts and nobles and that like Downton Abbey Victorian era conversation stuff. Like you get really good at talking about laws and getting your way. You get a lot of privilege. That's what it is. Dragonborn. Fuzroda. Work in progress. I am working on a Bloodborne. I want to release all this stuff so you guys can play with it too. I'm working on a Bloodborne upbringing, which I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool enough that I don't want to get rid of it. And then there's, work in progress, Feyborn, Shadowborn, stuff like that. But I think it's a way cooler way to have your background be a lot more fluid, but still give mechanical bonuses. I think if I make a video about it with releasing a document, plant-born. If I make a video talking about it, I think that will do. Sweet, we got the 4 2x3 hallways. Look at that, guys. It's a dungeon. Maybe grew up in a cult controlled by vampires or something. I've been thinking about not going to play music today. God. Music is playing. Music is playing, but I was listening to my earbuds, and I didn't even think that you didn't hear the music. Ah, thank you, Sean. Alright, let's come back to this guy. Give it a second coat of blue. Yeah, I was thinking Bloodborne should be vampire related. Or curse related. Something like that. And then it's like, it really, your upbringing is more evolved around that curse and the effects of that curse than any terrain you may or may not have been from. We're blood brothers. You and me. We gone through the shit because we're blood brothers. Don't forget about me, blood brother. And then the reason why it's called like Born after that is I feel like it's actually an appropriate way to call people that in the world. Like, oh, you're putting somebody's name down. Where are you from? And you can say, oh, I'm mountain born. Or people can use it as an insult too. Stupid mountain borns. You court-born? Don't you understand the plight of the rest of us? Yeah. Every time I hear court, I think someone going on trial. Who do you think run the trials? Who do you think own the trials? Courtborn. Farmborn, please. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Good second path.
How's it going, Bob Ross?
He's going great. Long hallways. Bonjour, Alex.
Oh god, we still have to work on your bonjour. We leave it a
Bonjour.
Bon?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hamburger.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Alex. It's
And
okay.
bonjour.
I'm gonna be the one speaking French. So.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
I don't know how Alex puts up with you and still sends money and thinks he's pretty.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I just know that we love each other.
you do. Blood Brothers. What's that about? Cult? What are you guys talking about in here?
Dungeons and Dragons. Mom, talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Clearly. Okay, have fun.
Thanks. Alex sneaking in that love. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very, very much. I don't know what I would do without you. I think you guys are gonna like Star Wars. The first 2 weeks of May, the goal is to release Star Wars episodes. And I think you guys are gonna dig it. A lot of work has gone into them. The first episode is done. And it's actually super funny and a lot of fun to watch. And I was there. Which usually isn't the case. It's really hard for me to enjoy stuff that I'm in. Okay, finger there. Finger there. How many hours did the Star Wars game have? Playing, I think it was 6 hours. Editing, the first of 2 episodes is roughly an hour and a half. And the second one is still in its raw state of 3.5 hours. So that one's gonna get chopped down too. I watched your review of the D&D movie, and I completely agree with you. Great, we're creating echo chambers. I love it. No. Yeah, I think I had a pretty good stance on the movie. Plenty to compliment a handful of things to wish was better. Do you have plant folk in one of... What? I do have plant folk in one of my stories. LaFlorent? That's a pretty good word. LaFlorent? They start as plant called Lamp Clutch, who grab at nearby light sources. If that light is really powerful, they become LaFlorent. What if it's not powerful? Do they stay the little plant life? Or do they just become plants? Also, Exile, thank you so much for watching my video. Will there be release of unedited footage of the Star Wars game for members? This tone is always on NerdForge. Great sound. Great. Thank you. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about releasing unedited versions of Star Wars. For all backers. So YouTube members and patrons. But I wasn't sure if that was something you guys would want. So it's up to you. I will supply the I will supply the demand, but I will not supply a lack of demand. Good afternoon, Chaka. If light is meager, they continue as they are, as well as recoiling if it needs to be torched. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I feel like I cut an hour and a half out of the first episode. Would you want an extra hour and a half worth of content? My goblin says hello. Hello, goblin. Sweet, that's the first big hallway. Wait, are these the wrong hallways? Dang it, these were the wrong hallways. What are these hallways for? There we go. Cool. Watch you carve cubes all day. I like that thinking. I want as much as you can give me. Alex Yee. How's tile time with Carmichael going? I don't know, guys. You tell me. How's tile time going? Tile time. It's going. Alexi, don't trust that feeling. That's just the music. Hey, welcome to Instagram. Come on over to youtube.com/fablesd20 so you can listen to the live stream and do other stuff on your phone. Don't knock the chill. Also, I've settled on the pronunciation of my world. It's going a little back and forth for a while, but I've settled on the pronunciation. Same spelling, E-R-D-E. What you make the files is like akin to Barbara. So the pronunciation is Aida. D. Aida. Thinking about making a source book? I was thinking about making a player's handbook that's kind of a source book and a player's handbook put together. And then every time there's a Fables of Aida campaign adventure, convert that adventure into a module. Number 2, done. Yeah, that's my hope. And Curse of Amity Island is very much the first one. So for Curse of Amity Island, I'm working on the adventure module at the same time. And basically I just make sure the note in the adventure plot is like organized after every session. So that way it's easy to go back to and digest it. And then what else do I do with it? For the player's handbook, I am simply just working on it on the background, really. Because I have, 1, I have to do these streams. 2, I have to edit D&D content. And 3, I have to edit freelance content so I can pay my bills. Oh yeah, did it change? Let me check something. Mhm. So, members, YouTube members are really slowly catching up to patrons. Dude, I love this race. I'm just putting you guys against each other. It's amazing. It looks so cool when I see it. We have 39 patrons, and we have 33 YouTube members. And it's neck to neck. And the moment YouTube members pass patrons, I will announce a goal for the YouTube members and do something special. The uncut version of Star Wars and Amity Island, completely uncut, will go for backers at like I think the tiers are Displacer Beast and Gloomstalkers. Them and up will have uncut. Solely because it helps justify the extra time spent in running in post-production, exporting, file storage. Whoever wins, gets a pizza party. Dude, a pizza party? Dude, that's classic. Looking through my story notes, and I'm remembering that I've written most of them as a certain character who is canon to the story. He ends up writing a guidebook. That's cool. I do want to make some homebrew stuff, like homebrew books, or a book that covers all my homebrews. But I also think just having it in the player's handbook that I want to make is sufficient, assuming that there's not a lot. Eternal. Yo, is lizard folk monk a good combination? Yes. Can't lizard folk, like, wild shape into crocodiles? Because they're like, lore-wise, they're kind of like crocodile people. Not just lizards. Which is what separates them from Dragonborn. I know in Saltmarsh, there's like the giant crocodile that's in the swamp is like named Thousand Tooth or something, Many Tooth. And it's just a big ass crocodile that they all worship. Roar! Crack, crack, crack. Pop, 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 pop. Alright, that's number 3. Guys, we bust through these so well. They definitely take longer the bigger they are. I want to make a giant ethereal half-ghost crocodile stalk my players through a swamp and bog. What you can do, that's just popping some ideas in my mind. You can have them occasionally notice the water moves, and if someone has dark vision and swim under the mucky bog water, they can't see a crocodile, but they see a figure that is transparent, like an invisible creature that moves through the water. You can also do if anyone casts see invisibility, or maybe because no one can cast it, have an amulet that allows a character to see invisibility, and they can see it stalk them. Another way you could do it is if you hear the birds of the swamp, or like a specific bird, and that sound goes, and you see the water ripple. Just something spooky like that. If a roar would happen in a forest and no one knew it was a roar, would it be a roar? A good question, right? Wimbravo! Then the ghost croc pops up. Oh, let's change the music. Let's go to Untamed Lands. Just got back from watching the D&D movie. Quite enjoyed it. Right? Now you can watch my review, which is spoiler-free, which you may have already seen. I should put spoiler-free in that title. There we go. My plan is for an NPC to tell them not to trust the will-o-wisps, but they aren't wisps. They at all. They are the spines and the spikes barely poking out of the ground and the water. I like it. I like it. Sweet. Alright, we did all 4 hallways, guys. We got all the hallways done. And how long has this stream been going? For about an hour and a half. Pretty good. It's actually really good, based off how long it took the original tiles. Not the best movie, but it was fun. Was joined by 2 friends who have never played D&D, and they loved it as well. Great! Perfect. Your friends got converted. They now can join you on Cult Sunday. Alright, so how are we going to make ice? We have not made the formula since this. Let me fix my brushes. The spores of the dungeons are spreading. Speaking of, I did a homebrew, rebuilt the druid entirely, and in 5 pages I came up with 1,700 versions of druids, basically removing subclass entirely and turning it into a tree growth system. So you can have 1,700 different types of druids running around. In there, I give druids. It's funny, as one D&D is now doing it, which great. That means I'm on the same page that the druid needs this. I like giving classes like special dice, basically d6s, but like spore die. And a druid gets a number of spore dice equal to their proficiency bonus, and they can roll those and spend them to heal party members within walking distance. So it's like, oh, I'll spend a spore die to heal Billy over there, and they get 6 points of healing. Just quick, and it doesn't. It's I believe it's a free. I have it set as a free action or a bonus action, one of the two. Also, all druids get wild shape, and wild shape, I like weaved the moon druid into the system, so like wild shape gets better and better and better all the way up to level 20. You can wild shape into monsters like owl bears or displacer beasts. You can wild shape into plant creatures like blights. You can wild shape into werewolves, which was really cool because the idea is that's where werewolves started in my world, is because druids got greedy with the power of the moon. So what do we got? We have a light blue first. We're definitely going to want to use Toxic Mist. I'll use this one since this one's already in pH. We're definitely going to want to get to white at some point here. And maybe just like a mid-ground thing. Maybe it's the crystal blue that we use, but mixed with white. Circle of Spore Druids, a very reliable. I basically, for my druid homebrew, is like I just took all the subclasses and just made one type of druid. The closest thing to a subclass for my homebrew druid is the circle druid, I guess it's called. No, the nature druid. So the first thing you choose is what circle, what terrain is your druid based off of. And then that's the closest thing to a subclass for the druid. Everything else is just pick as you go. And even like my fire druid, they can learn fireball. Speed Painter paints. What pack did you buy? Was looking to pick up some paint collections for my minis. Bought some Citadel ones, but they're heckin' expensive. I use the Army Painter war paints. Come here, camera. Also, not the cheapest paints, but that's just what I've been using. 99 cents and an angry face. What did I say, Alex? Is it because I gave the druids fireball? The emotional roller coaster that Alex just put chat through. He's a better entertainer than I am. So this whitened crystal blue, dab that on the brush, and then dry that off. And then do you have any Army Painter contrast paints? I don't. I saw them. I'm interested in them, but I haven't picked any up yet. Because they're essentially, I use washes that way. Where are you purchasing your paints, Chukka? Are you doing it on their website or are you doing it on Amazon? Now Alex is trying to cover up himself. Like, no, I didn't do that. Probably Amazon? Okay, hang on. I gotcha. Let me... Perfect. Great. So Chukka, in the chat, I just posted a affiliate link, not an affiliate link, an associate link for Amazon. So if you go shopping for your paints using that link to go to Amazon, Fables can get a kickback from your purchase. So that way you don't spend any extra money. Amazon just, like, depending on how large your purchase is, Fables sees a kickback from that for sending you there. Cool, this is a nice start. Nice variant in the blues. And that's what's really important, Chukka. For whatever reason, it thinks I speak Spanish. Alright, so we just did that. Let's see if what Toxic Mist will do now. Also, that link doesn't even have to even apply to Army Painter. You just go shopping on Amazon and use that link. Fables will be rewarded because you use a link from Fables. And it doesn't add to the cost. So literally all of you guys could use that and just be like in the background supporting Fables every time you buy something from Amazon. Never cancel my Teen Beat subscription. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna put white on the sides because it doesn't make sense that the snow would hang there. And then that way the sides actually pop in comparison to the top too. Alex Delvecchio. Bex Media. He's the champ, guys. Did you know Vex is the champ? To give the champ a round of applause. Even when the champ loses, the champ wins. Don't forget to write your paint sequence down. Yeah, that's a good idea. And that's math. That's important. Oh, wait. That's important. I'll put math down on this. So for ice, we have crystal blue, crystal blue plus white. Then we have toxic. And then honestly, I'm gonna put white on the next layer. The video popped up on Facebook memories. That's so funny. Do you still rock climb? Nice thing. All right. Come on over from Instagram to YouTube. Hang out in the chat. Oh yeah. Nice. I wish I could keep rock climbing. That was so much fun. It also helped like be a constant obstacle to overcome since I'm afraid of heights. There were times where like, oh, I can't climb anymore because my body is now frozen out of fear. And because there's a matted floor, I can let go and fall and feel okay with falling. It is a great sensation to help overcome that fear. Absolutely. Just show up with short shorts on my electric bike. But yeah, I don't think I've ever talked about that with you. Like, it's super emotional for me to get to the top. Guys, this is looking so good. I'll put a little white on the side, so it doesn't just look like underwater. There we go. Still got a ways to go. There we go. School activity bonked the inside of my knee. Oh, the leg was stunned. Oof. Okay, I like it so far, but I think it needs a little bit more like eel green in there. So let's put a toxic mist. And wizard orb. There it is. I don't see it. Oop, it's there. Just... All right. More green in there. What's the color I want? Hmm? Why is everyone injured? Guys, take care of yourself. If you go to the gym on like a light load regularly, you can recover those injuries. Typically. This is a difficult one to paint, guys. But I think I mostly got it. I'll let this dry. And we'll tackle it with some blue wash to really stain it. And then we'll go over it again. That's not bad. And then it's going to get a glossy finish to be like very shiny ice. All right. Does this look crooked? It's not. Thanks for stopping by, Alex. DeVecchio. Vex. Not the other Alex or the other Alex. The army of Alex have lost one today, but two remain. Oh, the other Alex is also leaving. I didn't even see that. You guys piled on each other. Learning Blender and modeling. You can learn... Oh, you have to listen to tutorials. That's right. Oh. Well, I'll see you later, buddy. Let's switch from Untamed Lands to Somber. Just confirm the Alexes are hybrids. Or hydras. One little mechanic in my story that I'm still working on is on the potion crafting, and that how good potion tastes to a particular drinker means how well it works. I think I have a mechanic written down somewhere. It's like a 3 or 4 page brewing book for 5e that I made, and I just didn't do anything with. I should find where that document is and hit up my friend who loves playing her druid and take my mechanics and mix it with her character who's a druid, as if like her druid wrote the book. Could put a spell into the water. That just makes me think about peeing in a pool. I was like, hey, is it warm? And my potion homebrew also works with my healing homebrew overall. Just great. But I love the idea that like the taste, like you're saying, Maniac, the taste of like cues in the quality. That's, I think, a fun doing something with flavor is a fun role-playing thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about doing.
Come sit on the chair with him. I know it's your he's like routine.
Luna. Muffin. Hi, Muffin.
You wanna hang out with Papa?
Yeah? Are you a muffin poo? Are you a little muffin?
You're doing Papa. I'll get my good side. She like lifted her head up.
Yeah, Luna?
I think it was from the light.
Yeah.
Oh. She probably won't snuggle.
Really does. There we go. We got one 5x5 done. Check in on this. It's mostly dry. So do I not have a blue wash? No, deep blue is too dark. But I can use deep blue as to make a wash. A little DIY. Hey, on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. So I got deep blue as a paint. We'll wait. Alright. Start with a little bit of that. Actually, I can do a better job. Let me grab some water. I have some plain vials. And so I've mostly put water in it with a 1 drop of dish soap. And now I'll put some deep blue in it. More than a drop, just like a handful of it. And we'll see if that's enough color. Put a drop of Valario Black, just to darken that up. More black in that. 1, 2, just 2 drops. That's now a total of 3 drops. I mean, you could go blueberry, waffles, chocolate, blue flavored chocolate. All right, so technically this should function correctly. Yep, that works. It's a wash. Great. Here we go. Test time, guys. sucked up by the foam. Not dark enough. Alright, so let's put some more deep blue in there. I should Mod Podge it. Some more blue. And some more black. Really try to get that dark. And I'm gonna put some green. Some more green in there. There we go. A dark turquoise. What? What is it? Do you need cuddles? Do you need the love? Yeah? You're just screaming. Do you need love? Yeah? No. Yeah? What's wrong? What's up? You're safe? Yeah. Oh, I saw a twitch. What's going on? What's going on in that little brain of yours? Got you? Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah? What do you need? Do you want to roll over? Come here. Come here. It's okay.
You just don't listen to the one that getting the little cuddle show.
Aw, she was screaming up a storm.
Oh. You needed those cuddles. I need to be held. No.
Yeah.
Prof Maniac is like the dreamy music as you cradle the catto. These are our fur baby's chants.
What's going on?
She's so happy now.
Feel better? Yeah? I wish you could say something.
Meow.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
She seems better. She's relaxed. She's not trying to get out of your arms.
Yeah.
This is just your
Are these your little beans?
her little
Are
paw,
those your little beans?
her little paw pads.
Good girl.
Yeah, ours acts like a moody teenager too, Chance. And then we figure out what she wants, and then she's like a sweet little innocent angel. Huh. I like to call her my gremlin.
You just need 5 minutes with Papa.
Yeah, she's getting drunk off of it.
See if I can get you. There you are. Come here. Okay, I just gotta use my hand. It's okay. Papa is right here. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Apparently I can't paint right now. Because it's inconvenient and against the law of cats.
Got the other one.
Welcome to Instagram. Come on over to YouTube. Hang out in the chat. Are you cuddled? Are you loved? You would not be able to survive outside. What a sweat. I can't have your beans? JC, how's it going? I'm holding a cat. That's what's up. My cat was screaming at me and picked her up, and now she is cuddling on screen. On screen? On screen. On Scream. Stream and screen put together. Yeah. Why you gotta give me that look? Yeah. Can I put you down?
Her bed's open if you want to bring her to her bed.
Put her on her bed? Okay. She did not like me putting her down. Okay. Thing is, I don't know if I want to mod podge it because I want to get the color to go down below into the cracks. So let's try it without mod podging. Let's be bold. Let's be crazy together. Yeah, I think now, let me write this down. Now that I did that, you work? Yeah. I did toxic white, then I did, I did a toxic green. And after toxic green, I did custom teal wash. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Then 7 will be gloss Mod Podge. That'll be the next step. So we can freeze it basically into place.
Not enough attention to her.
She has not had enough attention. Cool. Let's try to replicate this before we move on to cutting more foam. How long has it been? 2.5 hours? Okay. Let's do that on a big tile, honestly. Do it on this guy. So we start with crystal blue. I could just dab it on here. I've learned that over time you really want to start as cartoonish as possible with your color choice. And then over the process of layers and just like aging, it becomes cool looking. And I think people who try to make it look cool right away forget that nature and even society make things bright and vibrant because it's beautiful. It's eye-catching. And time just defeats it. Time just eats it up. Or in nature, layers of photons and particles just get in the way of you seeing its purest form. We can do it together. We can do anything we put our minds to. That's right. All you gotta do is believe in yourself. And you can do anything, everything you wanna do. Unless it's hurting others, cause then you can go fuck off.
People want to disagree. Different.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex thinks he's pretty today.
Alex, I think Alex thinks he's really pretty, but I'm not sure. Alex, do you think you're pretty?
How pretty?
How pretty does Alex actually think he is today? How pretty does Alex think he is? Is he the fairest of them all?
Oh, are you trying to? Holy giggles. You could just throw money at it. Yeah, didn't Alex donate twice already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex is beautiful.
I know. Did he do $19.99 last time?
Yeah, well, then he did a 99 cents with an angry face.
Wow! Look what you did. We know Alex is pretty. That was unnecessary, Alex.
I love the description of that animation. Shiba dog jumping in the air with fireworks around him.
That's really cute. Aww.
Alex, I do believe you're pretty.
Alex is like the best person ever.
If I'm not careful, Alex is going to take the title away from me of being the nicest dude.
I think Alex already has that title. Yeah.
Gasp, I should.
No, he shows up every stream and supports you. Not just emotionally, but monetary.
I mean, that is emotional.
Yeah, it's both, but you get what I'm saying.
Alex is the emotional bedrock of this stream for me.
Is he your emotional support friend?
You're my emotional support friend.
Especially because Mona just left you now that she knows Alex is more important than her.
Look at how the ice turned out over here.
That's cute.
Looks very frozy. Frozen, but different. Frozy.
Not focused today. It's really.
You can't focus today?
I got like some editing done, but my brain is just like, no.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So.
Mateos Nito? It's a different Mateos than the Mateos I know.
There's a Mateos in here? Where?
In Instagram.
Oh.
He just enjoys making the rest of us look cheap.
You said it, Sean.
Sean, you said that. And I would have to say either Alex likes doing that, or maybe you believe you're cheap because you allow that perspective to enter your mind. It is about shielding the ego from the self.
What was that Alex character name in the Nike movie? Because you're acting like the old Nike CEO right now.
He was just high on Buddha philosophy.
Yeah.
I love the call out. It's like, oh, does the Dalai Lama have a purple Porsche?
That's a great line.
He's like, fuck you.
Why are you so bossy? You guys need catnip.
That's the beauty of actually working with friends, is if you really are open with your friends and they work with you,
Yeah.
they can call you out on your bullshit,
Yeah.
and you get to call them off or shrug them off, but your friend just called you out on something. Oh no, I'm cheap. It's not an ego thing. It's true. I think that should always be the goal, right? Support those whenever, wherever, and however you can. It should not be expected to be supported. It should be a prize that people aspire to give. on Instagram, Shmoopsy. I'm gonna say Shmoopsy. Hey, love your work from all the way from day one.
They're OG Corridor fans.
To now you inspire me to make my own D&D terrain. Thank you, dude. Heck yeah, that's what this is all about. Look how cool this blue looks. Let me see, how dry is this to pick up? This came out really well, guys. This looks better than the original. I'm going to absolutely lock this in with Mod Podge once it's a little bit more dry. And then I try to support the channel with my sardonic wit and humor. This turned out great. Mod Podge this, and then I'm gonna probably put some more white on this on the top. Nice and dry brush that. I think that'll look really nice. If the rest of the set looks like this, you guys are going to get some great photo scans. Because look at this. This looks super cool on camera. In person, too. And it's all because we boldly soaked foam in water. Remember that.
You soaked it in water?
Yeah, I made some wash out of mostly water with some dish soap and then black, green, and blue. And normally you don't want to do that to foam, but I did. And I created art by doing that.
Did you know?
I did.
Good for you.
Au revoir. This is some beautiful ice terrain. Until next time, keep being awesome. You as well, Alex. I'll see you on Tuesday. Remember, next week will be the last week of streaming for like 3 days, for like a while, until like end of the month, because I'll be in Paris. Can't wait for season 3 of Son of a Dungeon. You know what? I can't wait for August when I release my next campaign for Fables. It is, in my opinion, the best D&D content I've made. Hands down. It definitely isn't the same type of D&D show that Son of a Dungeon is. So it's very much apples and oranges. But the experience of making it and looking at the what's nearly the final product is just like, holy crap. Light years difference of like storytelling potency. I'm gonna take some of this deep blue and kind of put some dark splats in here. Benny's in the house. There we go. Just variety around the cracks to get a little bit of a deeper blue on top. Do you watch other D&D YouTube games? I do.
You do.
I watch what I make. I watch Critical Role. Listen to Critical Role, really.
But you watch like it on you do rerun watches and you listen to it while you edit and stuff.
Yeah. I try to catch some of the smaller ones once in a while.
You're obsessed with The Call.
The Call is great.
But you're also obsessed with Dimension 20, let's just be honest.
Dimension 20 is great.
You like Arcane Arcana.
I don't get to watch them that often, but I do need to watch them more.
But you also like their channel.
Schmoozeby, I believe it. Can't wait. My favorite was the Alien RPG. It will remind you of the Alien RPG, and it will surpass that. That is, if you don't believe that when you watch the Curse of Amity Island in August, I have failed.
Where did you see that comment?
Over here.
Oh.
There's comments across the whole screen.
I love that you love the Alien RPG, because that's also one of my favorites that I played in.
Did you play in that?
Maybe.
I think so. I don't get a Reese's Cup, but you get a Reese's Cup?
Oh my god.
Just got home from work. Nice. What time for me? The streaming. Everyone always gets home when I'm like getting off. It's been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I usually only stream for around 3 hours.
That's the curse of trying to make everyone happy.
That is the curse of making everyone happy. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is today's result, guys. This is what we are walking away with. I should probably rephrase. It's live. I've already said it.
What'd you say?
Everyone gets on when I get off.
Oh. Everyone gets online
when I get off
when
live.
you're ending your stream. There you go.
Oh. If you want to catch the session 0, basically like the production meeting of Curse of Amity Island, there's a 3-hour-long podcast available for backers.
You're welcome.
On YouTube and Patreon. I'm excited to photo scan these guys. These are gonna look great when I put them up on Etsy.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even kidding you guys. I can't go for walks without him stopping every 2 seconds to take photos of cracks in the cement. On the sidewalk. Anywhere. He's like, wait.
Wait.
I got the cat's high and now it's WrestleMania.
Good, that'll save us energy.
Mm-hmm.
If this is what I'm supposed to expect most of the ice train to look like, I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised. Gotta get a towel for it to sit on. Not this towel. So, Allie, you're saying Cmike has a crack problem. I wouldn't say that.
Specifically. Oh, wow. You
Why?
guys, I'm so tired. I can't pick up on anything today. Like, I'm mentally drained. I just got that joke. I am saying that.
Well, I have 3 hours blocked up now for sure. Also, a reminder that Fables of Refuge and this stream, the crafting stream,
Prof Maniac
is set as a podcast playlist on YouTube. So that means you
don't steal my announcement and make it sound like it's all yours and cool. I said it first.
Yeah, I'm just restating
You
it.
should just say Allie told you originally, but let me remind you.
Allie mentioned before, and I'm just telling you less excitingly as the white man stealing a woman's voice, that playlists set to podcast on YouTube can be listened to while the app is put away. So that means you aren't stuck on YouTube having to watch it. You can actually have it picture-in-picture mode.
You did say it.
That is what Allie said.
No, you said it more eloquent than me, so good job. They all came for the Allie and
Do you have an unused piece of foam and some hobby glue there? Put some glue on the foam and watch it melt away. Leaves cool craters. What kind of glue?
He said hobby glue, but then someone said it doesn't need to be hot glue. What's hobby glue?
I mean, I don't have hobby glue. I have PVC glue.
You have a hot glue gun.
Yeah, that won't do it. If I really want to get that effect, I can take this and spray paint it, and the chemical in the paint will just eat it up. I use so many different types of glue.
Oh, it was a short WrestleMania. Just back to having an afternoon.
Let's take this 1 inch. So test, guys. I got tools. Is it plugged in? It is plugged in. Getting a little crowded here. There we go. I can already smell it working. Now I feel like a pyromaniac. Now that it's been heated, yeah, I mean, I could keep doing stuff like this, but it does widen cuts. And there is a method for, like, erosion that I want to learn. But I can do that with some, like, specific tiles versus a full set. I think that'll be a lot easier. Acetone. You mean acetone? It is acetone. Did the stream just go black?
Can you check on my phone?
No, I think it's still going. You saw a blink? Sponsored by Pear. And the stream is tired too. Classic stream. It's actually pretty dry. So let's get some gloss on here. Actually, important question. Should I add Mod Podge to it before I photo scan it? Because we might get stuck with... Oh no, I can angle it. I'm looking at the volcano as an example. This is just so bright that it's all lost. So I gotta be careful with that choice. This loses details. Okay, so what do these two look like? Even if I did a secure matted Mod Podge, you'd lose details. Yeah. I'll photo scan it before. Little mark right there. Little tiny dot. The goal is to glue that on here. There we go. I feel like I both want to paint the bottom and not paint the bottom. That was me. You know what I mean? Like, I like that it has a brown bottom, but I also don't. Especially when I start stacking. I could just paint it white. Yeah, it blinked because I touched it. I have no control over that. Alright, I'm wrapping up the stream. Kind of in a standstill because I don't need to start carving another piece. But we carved all the hallway pieces, or we gridded all the hallway pieces, and we gridded one full piece. We did a really big paint job on a hallway. Marked it down what we did. And started the paint job on another blue piece. Slightly different this time, but mostly the same. I think the ice ones are gonna look phenomenally better than the stone ones. We might have to redo the stone ones eventually. It won't stop me from photo scanning and releasing the gray ones. Don't worry. I think. Let me look at my calendar for a second. That did happen. It needs to. I need to do some of that tomorrow. I could do some more photo scanning tomorrow. Yeah. Let me type that in into my crazy calendar. If you like the brown bottom, where's the sentence going? You should probably white. I had something blocking half of your message, so I revealed it. Do a photo scan session tomorrow. Let's see, put a couple hours into it. That makes sense. Let's go from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Do some photo scan stuff. I'm just gonna set a few days because Paris is coming up. The dad jokes are that powerful. Cool, I got 2 photo scans there. Don't really have time to do that. What does this say? I could do another photo scan that day. Let's essentially do 10 a.m. to noon on Sunday. 10:30, so that way to 12:30. That way, I have time to back up footage. Cool. Sweet. So I have 3 days of photo scanning work until I go to Paris. That'll help. Having that on the calendar will help me remember to do it. They're too potent. The dad jokes, they're too powerful. If you're watching on Kick or Twitch, please make sure you hit the follow button. So that way you know when I go live again. Am I even live on Instagram? It really looks like it died. It did die. My Instagram stream died. How funny. Oh, I guess that's a good sign. Achievement unlocked. Greater dad joke now available, or become a member and get better notifications in the Discord. You could do that too. I need to wash my brushes because they're filthy. Great progress. I'm really happy with how this little tile came out, guys. It looks really cool. I think the water really blended a lot of the colors together. My YouTube notifications get to me like half an hour late. I believe the Discord notifications for when I go live are like a couple minutes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please. You don't get more dad jokes. They just get better when you get older. They age like wine. So, if you enjoyed the stream and you're still here, if you're watching on VOD, hey, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button. If you want to get great notifications, become a member by become a backer by joining membership on YouTube or joining the Patreon at patreon.com/fablesd20. And you get notifications on Discord, which are way more manageable. We have 39 patrons. We have 33 members, which is a phenomenal number. I look forward to the day. I want to know who gets to 50 first. Obviously, I'll figure out something special for when YouTube members pass Patreon, if they do. But the first one's to 50. I think that's a fun ride. And don't forget to watch Fables of Refuge, a D&D actual play that I play in with Allie and a couple more of our friends. We have a blast playing D&D. Every other Wednesday, another episode gets dropped. Except for next month, where we're releasing an episode every single week. Because Star Wars. Whew! Alright. I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, a good afternoon, evening, And good night.